There she is! Oh my God. Hello and welcome back to the Auto Alex V2 channel. Today you join me on the motorway in Cameraman J's 530D on the way to go and see the car I regret selling the most. We're travelling 4 and a bit hours away to Conwy in North Wales, and I'll be honest, I am very, very nervous and very, very excited. It's a car that we've travelled the world with, made massive memories with. It's a car that I've thought about ever since the day I sold it, and the day I did sell it, I had to look the other way when it drove away because genuinely, I nearly cried. I'll give you one clue as to what it is. It's the same colour as my hoodie. So we've been on the road for a few hours now and we've finally made it to Wales, and the scenery is it's very fabulous. It never gets boring in Wales. It's always really, really nice. The drive here has given me time to reflect on all of the journeys and stories that I've had with the particular car that we're going to see. It actually started off pretty much in Wales. The first road trip I ever did with this car was in Wales. It was in South Wales, I think in Abergavenny. And yeah, I had an amazing time with it. I really enjoyed taking it on all the Welsh roads. So if I buy it today, which, let's be honest, I probably will, it'd be nice to take it on a few of the moors and dales and whatever you call them and go for a little drive in it. On the other side of this roundabout should be my little one regret. Off to buy me brand new car. Look, not quite, it's a little bit older than that. That is a nice 911 actually, look at that. Oh my God, there she is. Oh my God, it's Ming. If you don't know this car, here's a little montage of some of the memories I've had with this car. Let's get out and go and have a look. Oh. Right, so here we are with Josh. Nice to see you again, Josh.
And you?
And you are the current custodian of my, or you're technically, R53 Mini, aka Minge, who I've dearly missed over the last 8 months. So just as a recap, 8 months ago, I sold this car to you because you didn't really have the storage for it, stuff like that. And I think I've got a inkling the day that you bought this car off me, you felt a little bit bad because you saw how emotional I was about this car, didn't you?
Yeah.
I sold it to you and ever since have massively regretted it, genuinely. Over the last 8 months that you've had this car, A, what's it been like? And B, what have you done to it, if anything?
As in mods, I've not done anything to it. Just been fixing it.
It's pretty standard for an R53.
Yeah.
So has it been all right or has it been a bit temperamental? Or?
On the whole, okay. Start on the button. I left it for over a month while I was using my other car on the button straight away.
Yeah.
But it's had a supercharger on it, supercharger service.
Okay, so the supercharger failed on it, did it? Okay, because
Yeah.
that was a low mileage supercharger that was on there.
When you opened it up, it all looked, all the fins were okay, but I think it was something on the PTO side. But
okay,
but yeah, this is new second-hand supercharger on it.
Yeah,
freshly serviced. It's had a set of timing chains on it recently.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it's had a few quid spent on it.
So it's been fully restored, and you fully restored it again, and it still needs a bit of work, doesn't it? Because the wheels that I had done, they're a bit pitted again. They've gone a little bit oxidised, and they could do with being refurbished again. One of the wheel arches flew off the other day, which is currently missing. So if you look over here, the plastic trimmers, that flew off, didn't it, on the motorway? And you say there's a problem with the rear brakes?
Yeah, that caliper's started to stick on. So
okay.
Managed to get it free today and then put a set of pads in it to get you home. So.
All right, thank you. But you would recommend replacing the rear brakes on it?
Yeah,
and
ideally.
You say the suspension's getting a bit tired. Not the coilovers, but the arms?
Yeah, it just wants a few ball joints.
Okay, it's a bit knocky and a bit loose.
Yeah.
So there's still plenty more to be done on this car, really. There's still, arms and brakes and wheels and trims, and just a sort of a full restoration, really.
Yeah,
It's
another
just-
one.
It just never ends, does it? It's such a strange bond I have with this car because it's always been a bit of a pain in the arse and it's always been unreliable, but I just adore it, absolutely adore it. Question,
Yeah.
you're obviously offering this car to me to buy it back.
Yeah.
A, why? Is it because I've been pestering you, or do you fancy a bit of a change anyway? And B, have you enjoyed the ownership of this car?
To be honest, all of it. If you weren't pestering, I probably wouldn't. I probably still have it.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed it even when it's gone wrong. I've still enjoyed it.
Good.
Such a fun car, and everybody who's looked at it, it's gone, whoa!
Yeah.
Either look at that, or is that Taylor's?
Yeah, I can imagine. But yeah, ever since I sold this to you, I have sort of been messaging you on occasion, being like, I am going to buy it back, just making sure it's still there. So there is actually a bit of a story to this, isn't there? There's a reason that I sold it to you more than anything, because I sort of knew that you'd let me buy it back whenever you were ready to, or whenever I was ready to. But B, you were actually there on the day I put the engine in this car, weren't you? Because we've got a picture. We had put the engine in at the Nürburgring. If you don't know, I blew this up on the way to the Nürburgring, just as a little recap, and then put a new engine in this in a day. And then Misha took me out for a lap in it, which was absolutely terrifying. And then after the lap, we got back to the Apex Hotel and you were there.
Yes, yeah.
And-
We saw you on the Instagram stories. He's like, what are the chances of us being in Germany at the same time?
Yeah.
On the Nürburgring. And then we went past Apex, and then we saw the car come in.
Yeah.
And we saw you collapse out of the car, and then
Yes.
that's when we came down.
Yeah. I was very tired and covered in crap at that point. And then you asked us for a picture, which we'll show on the screen now. But did you think at any point you would own this car?
No, because throughout the series when we were following it, I was saying, I want that car, I want that, I want an R53, but I only want that one. I don't want any others. Then when you put the seats in it, and you're like, I really like that.
Yeah.
And when we saw it, that was it. I was like, if that ever comes up for sale, no matter what, I'm having that.
Yeah. So you bought this car for me for $6,000.
Yeah.
You happy with $6,000
I'm
back?
more than happy with $6,000 back.
I've just bought my Mini back. Oh, I'm so excited. It's just about to drive, and I just thought I'll just have a little look, just make sure everything's all right. And I found this little vac line down here. If you look, it's just sort of not connected to anything. And when I put my finger on the end of it, you can hear it's leaking. It's got like a vacuum leak. So I don't know where that goes to. I can't find anything that it's not connected to. So we're just going to get a little self-tapper and just plug it for now, so it's not got a vac leak. The Mini saga has begun. The unreliability has returned. And I'm here for it. I'm all here for it. I love it. Have you got unscrew? Oh, and a nice pink screwdriver, thank you. We'll just plug that like that for now. And then when we get it back, we'll work out where it's supposed to go, if anywhere, because it does look like it's got a little blank on the end of it. And yeah, hopefully that will be fine for now. Now that that's blanked, onwards. Right, so I've just done all the paperwork with Josh, I've sorted out the payment, and he's handed over the keys. I've driven up the road, and this is just a reminder from me, as always, to run a car vertical check on your car to make sure it's not got a shady past. Now, as we can see, I've run one on the Mini. We can see it's got green ticks for mileage, finance, damage, and theft, which means this car does not have a shady past. But if we have a look at this Mercedes C43 AMG, for example, we can see it's got a red marker for theft, an amber marker for finance, and if we scroll down, we can see it comes with photos of when this car was previously sold. It even shows us all the photos from when it was at a dealership. And if we scroll down even further, we can see it's got an amber marker and it says, beware, this vehicle may be stolen. And it even shows us a record of when the car was stolen. So it's stolen on the 27th of the 2nd, 2025 in the UK. But although it's stolen, we can see it's got an amber warning for finance, which means this car has outstanding finance on it, which means this is definitely one to avoid. So remember, when you're buying a used car like my Mini, make sure you run a car vertical check on it first to make sure it's not got a shady past and to make sure the price matches its history. And what's more, use the code V2 for 20% off. Right, I'm going for a drive. So what is it about this little car? Well, it's three main things, but I'll start off with how I actually bought this car. In fact, I didn't really buy it. Rory did. There was one night he was at my unit and his daily driver was playing up. So he found this car randomly on Facebook Marketplace for 1,300 quid and went and bought it. On that same night, I bought a BMW Z4 Coupe 3-litre SI, and the next day we met at my unit and I saw this car for the very first time. And my first thought was, I really like that Mini. And he looked at me and he went, Taylor, I really like that Z4. And we ended up swapping. But it was at that moment I just fell in love with it. It was the car itself, the spec, the colour, the panoramic roof, the fact that it was a supercharged R53. I just really like it. I've been on so many trips in this little car and made so many memories with it. It is super sentimental to me, which is why I was so heartbroken when I sold it. First of all, I went to Wales, funny enough, with Alex's MX-5, Rory's Z4, and this little Mini. I reversed it up a hill and it overheated, and we had a great journey. We went on track with them. After that, we took it on track at Kerborough with Matt Armstrong, the Stig, Tavares and Alex, and did a hot hatch challenge. And the Stig drove this actual car. In fact, he drove the beans out of it. And by that point, I hadn't actually done that much work to it. I then got it back to my unit and I started working on this car, which I'll get to in a minute. After I did all the work to it, we then took it to the Nürburgring. And on the way to the Nürburgring, I did 140 miles an hour on the Autobahn and unfortunately blew up this car's original engine. It suffered with high intake temps, I melted one of the pistons and one of the valves, and it came to a very unfortunate end. And to say I was heartbroken genuinely would have been an understatement. But we got it recovered back to the Nürburgring. Alex bought me a replacement 40,000 mile genuine John Cooper Works engine for this car, and I fitted it within a day. By that evening, this car was out on track with Misha driving, and it was genuinely one of the most memorable and emotional motoring moments of my entire life. In fact, not the. So number two, the work that was done to it. It started off as a pretty tired, high mileage R53 Cooper S. The wheels were knackered, the tyres were bald, it felt baggy. It was old, worn out, it was leaking oil, it had a rattly timing chain, the interior was a bit shabby, but I saw a gem within this little car. I saw a diamond in the rough. So over the years, I've done BC Racing coilovers, I've done pretty much a full respray on this car, I've had all of the trims, obviously one of them's missing, repainted and recoated in satin black textured paint. I put an aero grille on it, I've done front spot lamps, I've had the wheels refurbished, I've done 4 new Accelera 651 Sports on it, obviously put the new engine in it, the JCW engine, did a new clutch, a new water pump, it had a new supercharger, it's had another new supercharger, I had the steering wheel retrimmed in half Alcantara, half leather, I put these amazing JCW genuine Sparco bucket seats in it. Not just the fronts, the rears as well. And I have been told they are super rare. In fact, someone has offered me £2,000 for these seats and I said no. I've also done wheel spacers. I did a big AP Racing front brake kit on it. I did the genuine JCW carbon fibre gear knob, which was an absolute arm and a leg. I think that was 250 quid. Quite a lot. I also did aero side skirts and aero spoiler. Genuinely monumental amount of work to this car. In fact, the day before I took this car to the Nürburgring, I was working on it until 1 o'clock in the morning, fitting the coilovers and the brakes and things like that. And yeah, I did an all-nighter. Partly because when I fitted the rear coilovers to this, you have to drill a little hole for the adjuster, and I drilled through the wire and loom in the boot. And I was up till 1 o'clock in the morning fixing it. Thirdly, it's the car itself. The end result of all the work and trips and everything has just ended with an awesome, awesome car. I think it looks great no matter where you take it. You could take it to a car meet down at Southend, you could take it out for dinner, you could drive it into London, you could take it to a car show. It always looks good, classy, and I'm going to say elegant, wherever it goes. It always draws the right amount of eye. Not only that, I think it drives fantastically. The suspension is really good. The steering is so sharp. It feels like a little go-kart. You can chuck it into any corner at any speed and it will grip for days. It has no lift-off oversteer, cattle grid. It doesn't really understeer. It's really, really capable and it's really rewarding. Like, you can just, even just a little dab on the steering and it's so darty. This car on these roads, jeez, I love that you can brake into a corner and it's really forgiving. Oh, and the gear change is good and you can rev match it. The noise and oh, what a day. Right, so there we have it. Finally, Minge is back and genuinely, I could not be happier. I am absolutely over the moon and gassed to have this car back. But the excitement is not over because there is plenty of work to do on this car. As I say, it does need a bit of love, especially cosmetically and mechanically. So join us soon where I get this car back to the unit, get it up on the ramp and start restoring it once again for probably the third time. For now though, I'm going to carry on enjoying these lovely roads and head my way home. I'll see you soon.